Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to go over how to quickly format our data using text to columns. Up on screen you'll see that we have some data, but it's not formatted very nicely. It's actually all sitting in one column. For each of our data in column A, you can see that it's got region, salesperson, product, sales, and order all within that singular cell. In reality, I would like it to be split between rows. So what we can do, instead of manually going in, copying every single word and placing it in its own column, we can use the text to column feature, which is very helpful. Let's select data in column A. We can go to Data tab, and up here you will see the text to columns button. Once you click it, the Convert Text to Columns wizard opens up. For this particular case, we will use the fixed width option. There's also the delimited option, which we can cover later. For the fixed width option, we'll look at the data and it will say for this number of space between each of your text, you will be able to add it to a separate column. So this is a preview of our selected data. It's actually already estimated what we want in each of our columns. And you'll notice it's even kept salesperson names together. Let's click next. If I wanted to change things and I thought, you know what, I want to include the salesperson's name with the product together. So what I could do is just move these lines over so that now these are together. If I no longer want it together, I can just move this line back. If I want to create a new line, all I have to do is just add a line simply by clicking. If I want to delete that line, I just have to double click this line. Once we're done modifying any of these elements, we can click next. We're going to finish up with this. And just like that, it's automatically allocated the text from our column A into all of the preceding columns. Now our data has its own spot within each of the cells. Now instead of the spaces that we had earlier, let's say our data came like this. We've got an underscore between our region and then a slash between our product. We can select our data, go to text to columns, and you'll see here it no longer has that preview that's nicely split up. We're going to need to use the delimited function. This is going to allow us to say what characters are separating our text. Say next, and here is our option. I'm going to select my option. If it's not here, it's not a tab, semicolon, comma, space, we can click the other option, unclick tab, and I'm going to say it's an underscore. The moment that I put the underscore there, we can see that this data preview has opened up. I'm also going to say, if I put a space and I selected the space option, it's going to split the first name and the last name. If that is what we want, then we can also keep that there. I will say next. Again, I'm no longer changing the data format. Finish. Now I need to fix this one here. I can select this, text to columns, delimited, and I'm going to say my indicator is a slash. I'm going to say next, finish, okay, and there we go. Now we have a column for the region, the salesperson's first name, salesperson last name, as well as the product. There's a few things to keep in mind when you use this feature though. One, you cannot select multiple different rows of data with this text to columns feature. The next thing is, if you have text here and you were going to split out text that is in the row or column before it, you're going to want to make sure that you're moving that data out so you don't override that information. Otherwise, it will be completely lost because it's going to be replaced by the information that's getting pushed out. So let's take this as an example. We're back to our last example where this information here needs to be split. We're going to hit text to columns, but we also are aware that there is numbers in this column C here. Text to columns, delimited. Next, we're going to say that it is underscore and space. Next, and we're going to finish. This is warning us that there is already data in these columns, in this column C, and we are going to be replacing it if we proceed with our text to column split. If I hit OK, these numbers are no longer there and no longer available for us to use. But if we go back, we copy these numbers, move them over, and run this again, it doesn't replace our numbers and just pushes the text out as many as we need it to. Just like that, you've been able to split up your text using the text to columns function. It's a super helpful function, especially if you're downloading a lot of data that's not quite in the same format that you would like, especially if you're copying it from a separate source and putting it into Excel. If you've liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.